State lawmakers are preparing to cast votes on key education and ethics provisions in the state budget ahead of a critical deadline. The Assembly and Senate plan to cast their final votes on the spending plan after what's likely to be a long debate today. Education, the big topic, and potential changes to teacher evaluations. Now, of course, Wednesday is the start of the new fiscal year. Governor Cuomo and lawmakers hope to make this budget the 5th in a row that's passed on time. So what's going on right now in Albany? Joining us live on the phone from Albany is Assemblywoman Claudia Tenney of the 101st District. Good afternoon, Claudia. What can you tell us that's going on right now where you are?
Well, good afternoon. I'm actually sitting right outside the Assembly chamber, and we are waiting. The Democrats are conferencing because, as you may have heard, there's been a bump in the road on the final budget determination. There has been some confusing emails. There may be some a victory lap done by the UFT, and then we find out the budget actually contains not exactly what we thought it had. It's still the budget. We don't know the details, actually. I haven't seen a budget bill yet. We're still waiting for a budget bill. We were slated to be on time, but there seems to be a bump over the new teacher evaluation criteria, where the tests are going to be. Is it a local option for sure? And it appears now that the original bill that we're discussing, proposal, I should say, because it hasn't been put in bill form from last night, still allows the state education department to set the parameters. It also would make it easier for teachers. We thought the budget would make it easier for teachers to perform poorly on the evaluations over a 2-3 year period to be fired, even those with tenure. That's what we're hearing. Achieving tenure itself has been tied to 3 out of the 4 years worth of effective ratings. And we're thinking that a lot of this was told that it wasn't in the budget. Turns out it is. So enacting the evaluation criteria will be tied to a boost in state aid, and we're looking at about 6%. I'm looking right at the new, finally, the school aid runs that we've been waiting for all year. And so it's going to be a rocky road today. We don't know if the Democrats are going to agree to vote for this, but no bills have been put on our desk yet. So we're up in the air as to whether we're going to have an on-time budget or not.
Claudia, as a lawmaker, how difficult does that become where, okay, now maybe you don't get something till mid-afternoon. You've got hours to read through this and put it to a vote.
Well, that's the whole issue that many of us object to. Is we have a constitutional rule that requires the legislature to have bills age on our desk for 3 days. Because this is being done in such a hurry-up matter, and there's a rush to get the governor's agenda pushed through. You know, we talk about on-time budgets. We all prefer that, but a day or two late isn't going to bother me as long as we have time to look at the bills, our constituents have time to look at the bills, and we can act on what's actually in the budget instead of running to this hurry-up measure, using a message of necessity, and bypassing that aging rule that I just required, which gives the public a chance to react, to call their legislators, to say, I like what's in the budget, I don't like what's in the budget. We have a chance to look at and debate whether this is a good budget or not. So it puts us in a very much of a hurry-up mode right now, and that's what we're looking at, is we're trying to at least get some idea about what the parts of the budget are, which calls the attention to here we are with 3 men in a room behind closed doors, not telling us what's in this budget because we haven't seen a bill yet. So by the way, a bill comes to my desk, and I haven't even read it yet. So I just think it's unconscionable for us to try to vote on something as comprehensive and as important as education, which is probably one of the most important elements of our budget.
If you have to wait, is that an option right now? I mean, everyone wants this budget done on time, but I see a possibility of this not getting done by tomorrow.
Well, it's possible. I mean, the governor's the one that wants it done on time because for him it's a talking point. For me, if it's a day or two late, and we give our constituents an option to look at the budget and to make their assessment and say we like it or we don't like it. Not that that's going to change anything, but maybe if there's enough outcry, maybe we could change something. But the whole reason that we have the 3-day waiting period is for the people to have an opportunity to speak out in representative government. So, if the governor issues a message of necessity, that just means the legislative leaders have won. They get what they want, the deal's done, and it's in the books. I'd rather give us a chance to at least speak on it. So for me, we should have been doing this last week, and we could be aging the bill for 3 days and still have an on-time budget. Back to the school runs issue, though. Why did we have these school runs issued like we always do when the governor puts out his initial message, which was in January? Our school districts can have a predictable number of where they think they may, or at least close to where they think they're going to be, instead of the day that we're going to be voting on the budget to determine what their budgets are going to be.
It should be an interesting day ahead
Yes.
indeed. Claudia, thank you for taking
Yes.
some time with us. I'll let you get back to work.
Right. Thank you very much. Keep you
Thank you.
posted.
All righty.